This is Amazon's #1 selling keyboard at just £15 or about $20. Obviously you can't expect a lot for such a low price point, but is it even worth that? I'm Techify and this is my review of the Rii Gaming Keyboard. So guys, let's get into this. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you subscribe and join the Techify Discord. So this Rii, or Real Internet Idea Gaming Keyboard, is Amazon's choice, has the most reviews of any keyboard I could find on Amazon for gaming keyboards, and seems to be their #1 bestseller. This is going to be a pretty short and simple video because that's all it needs to be. This is a membrane keyboard. Obviously you're not going to get a mechanical keyboard for this price. It does look pretty cool, this RGB, but we'll talk about that later. But honestly, at this price point you should just be getting something that works. And to be honest, it does work okay. It's fairly nice to type on as a membrane keyboard. You get some flick out feet at the back, so you do get a little bit of angle for typing, which I personally did like to use. And in general, it feels about as good as can be expected typing wise as you'd expect for a keyboard of this price. The only usability thing I'd say I found with this keyboard, and it is to be expected from a cheap keyboard, is if you're pressing lots of keys at once, there's a chance that other keys won't work. So my example of this is sprinting in Pubg. So if I'm holding W to go forward, shift to be sprinting, and then let's say I'm holding A as well, I'm running in a bit of a diagonal, moving side to side, then I can't press delete to remove my marker on the minimap. That being said though, it does seem to allow more keys than that to be pressed at once, so I'm guessing different keys are on like different circuits or something and things like that. That is pretty much though where things start to go downhill. The build quality, well, it's bendy. I mean, that's not too big of a deal, I guess. It's lightweight and it works, so as long as you're not bending it, which you shouldn't be doing with a keyboard, it'll be fine. The keycaps, I'd suggest just don't remove them. You can see in this clip here, I was removing some keycaps for just a nice bit of footage for you guys, and although I wasn't careful with them, and you should definitely be careful with them, when I was putting them back on, I went to just clip them back on. Clearly they weren't lined up right and it broke the keycap, and now the keys stay stuck down and you have to pull them back up. So just be very careful, because membrane keyboards can be harder to get keycaps that will fit as well. What is deceptive though is it makes you think that this RGB is going to be RGB and color changing like other keyboards would be, whereas actually how it looks is how it is. You can turn it on and off and you can make it breathe, and that seems to be it. On the back of the box it says you can press the button to change the backlight color. It's on or off. I don't think anything else does change. That's fine, it looks pretty cool as is, but just bear that in mind that it's not RGB and customizable. If you're concerned about the sound of a keyboard this cheap, then here's a little sound test now. I think the verdict comes down to pretty much the same as it did with the Razer Synosif Lite. If you have any keyboard whatsoever that works, then keep that keyboard and save it for something better, because all this is a cheapest possible keyboard that works with some LEDs in it. That being said, if you have no keyboard whatsoever and you just want a nice cheap keyboard while you save up for something better in the future, then yes, this will do as an in-between. It's clear to see why this is the cheapest keyboard, but like I said, it works and it doesn't look that bad, and what else can you expect for £15? Hopefully you found this video helpful and it gave you a bit of an insight into what it's like with such a cheap keyboard. I have used this for about a week or so and I'm happy to go back to my normal keyboard. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time.